Hey guys, I'm going to stay out here and do a quick little video over the Missouri 2023 regulation season changes. And I'm going to be isolating the top two that I've heard people talk about. One of which is going to be the additional antlerless season in October. And then the second one is CWD, that's going to be followed right after rifle season. So going over the additional doe season there, it should be the October 6th through the 8th. And then each county is going to be slightly different depending on where you live at and the amount of doe tags you're able to fill. But I'll show some additional pictures there at the very end of this video, kind of going through each one of those that I got off at MDC website. But I think that it's going to work out very well along with the already existing late season doe harvest. I believe it's from the 8th to the 10th of December. But having that early season opens the gates up for, if you want to pick up a rifle, get out there and harvest you a couple of does, or depending on what the regulations per county is, you're able to do so. And it's a great time period. You're not going to be doing a whole lot of affecting your pre-rut into your rut. So you're basically staying away from all that major hunting time period that we all love to get out there and chase those big mature deer. And then, late season as well is still a great time to harvest those does and, as you see fit. We all know that the large majority of part of the parts of the state of Missouri has got a tremendous amount of does. When we're driving around and seeing, 80, 100, 120 deer in the fields, and, 95% of those are does or fawns, and we're seeing very few bucks. Well, that ratio is definitely way out of whack. I try to strive for that 2, 2.5, 3 does per buck ratio, and find that to work out very well in regards to keeping your big mature deer on your properties and having the best success rate there for an overall herd health. Now, moving on to the second one there, the CWD. I know that is a huge topic, and it's not just in the state of Missouri, it is nationwide. And I'll kind of give you a little background with CWD. CWD has been around since the 60s, maybe even earlier than that. But the first studies I've seen were 1960s. They started out west, affecting the deer and then the elk. There's also been some studies done that are saying, that even moose do get affected with the CWD. So, not to get in too much of the strategy and all of it with the topic of CWD, basically what this season is going to do is it's going to follow directly after your rifle season, and it's only open for those particular counties. Which again, I'll share the map out there that I got off of MDC. So, basically all it is just an extension. And the biggest thing that I've come up with on this is, your buck limits have stayed the same. So you cannot shoot a buck in the regular rifle season and then turn around and shoot a buck in CWD. It's just, that's the biggest thing, is don't necessarily come at this and say, well, all our deer are going to get waylaid. That's not really the case here when it comes to the seasoning, the seasons. So, it's just so key to understand what those regulations are, look into them, and then move on from there. Now, once you get into the situation when it comes to the CWD after season, when you get the sharpshooters coming in there, then that's something that you've really got to consider, communicate with your game warden, and best of luck on that situation. Fortunately, we haven't had to deal with that yet. If we do, I can guarantee you I'll have plenty of information based off the process and procedure I went about it to hopefully better you guys and prepare your guys as hunters as well. But hopefully this helps you guys out on understanding those two major topics there with the 2023 regulation season of the additional antlerless firearm season in October, and then also the CWD extension of rifle season coming up there in November. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature and best luck on your upcoming hunt.